All right, my friends, we're going to take this time to help you understand Social Security definitions. It's critically important for you to know this as you're contemplating how Social Security fits for you. You got to know these words, you got to know these definitions, and it changes. The definitions don't change each year, but the actual numbers behind them do. So we're going to go over the whole thing. Social Security 2019 tutorial for all of you out there who you just got to understand this for sure. So thanks for being on here. If you like what you see at Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel, subscribe. And then, of course, don't forget the comments and thumbs up. All right, so let's start with the first and foremost is your full retirement age, your FRA. Let me go over here. FRA. That's your full retirement age. That's your first and foremost thing, because everything's premised on your FRA, everything. Now, we'll show you a couple other things that everything kind of flows together, but we got to know what your FRA is. For me, because I was born in 1970, it's 67. If you're born in 1960 or beyond, it is also 67. All right, so born after 1959, FRA equals 67 years old. Oh man, born before 1960, it's 66 plus some months. All right, so if you're born, and off the top, I think like in 1958 is 66 and 8 months, 1959 is 66 and 10 months, and so on and so on. But anyway, for right now, just if you're born in 1960 or beyond, your FRA is 67. You're born before 1960, your FRA is 66 and some months. All right, so why is that important? Because it's your FRA which determines what your PIA is, and your PIA is your primary insurance amount. Can you read that? All right, yeah, freaking beautiful handwriting right there, man. Primary insurance amount. All right, that's your PIA. That is the amount you get at your FRA. All right, so your primary insurance amount is the amount you get at your full retirement age. So your primary insurance amount is $1,000. How much do you get? What age do you have to get that $1,000? For me, it's 67 years old. All right, so everything's contingent on your primary insurance amount. Let's delete all these here for the time being. All right, so write these up on the thing up here. So we got FRA and PIA. You got to know those two things. Primary insurance amount is the amount of your Social Security you get at your FRA. Everything is contingent on that PIA. Everything is, all right, because we have also delayed, what color did I just use? Blue? All right, we have delayed credits, and I call them DECs, delayed. It's not working real well. Earnings credits. Social Security Administration sometimes calls them DRCs, delayed retirement credits. Either way is the same thing, and that simply means it takes your benefit at your PIA, your PIA, and increases it plus an amount depending on when you take it out. So your delayed earnings credits are the 8% each and every year above and beyond what your PIA is. So if you have a 1 year delayed earnings credits, your PIA times 1.08, 2 years is times 1.16, and 3 years is times 1.24. So for me, if my full retirement age is 67, which it absolutely is, and I wait 1 year to get my benefit, so I'm 68, I get an 8% kicker adjustment because I'm delaying my earnings. So I get an 8% delayed earnings credit. If I wait 2 years, it's 16% above what my PIA is, and we'll show you some numbers here. And if I wait 3, it's 24% above my PIA. So my PIA is the amount I get at my full retirement age. For me, it's 67. If I wait 1, 2, or 3 years, I get a bonus, essentially, 8%, 16%, or 24%. Notice these are all simple interest. not compounded. Now, there is some capacity being compounded when we talk about cost of living adjustments, but in terms of actually the credit itself, it's not compounded. The credit is 8%, 16%, 24%. If you were born in before 1960, you'll get a little bit more delayed retirement credits or earnings credits. Again, it's anonymous. And I think, let's see, 1955 is the last FRA at 66. I can't remember. But anyway, if you're born in, if your FRA is just say a straight 66 and not 66 in 2 months, but just straight 66, you'll get 32% of a benefit because you have 4 years of delayed earnings credits, whereas I only have 3. I hope that makes sense. So there's a big deal. I mean, 32% above your PIA can really add up, and then you factor in cost of living adjustments as well. All right, so let's delete this. So that's your DEC, your delayed earnings credits, all right? So let's go write all this stuff up here because we'll have a quiz at the end. And if you don't pass, you will not get a time that you spent here. So we're going to write all this stuff on the top left here. All right, so we're going to write FRA, we're going to write PIA, and we're going to write I just call them DEC. All right, so those are the 3 things you have to know so far. Now here's the main one you also have to know. Let me get a different color because I want to accentuate. I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for is. This might work. I want to do AIME. The number one thing for Social Security numbers you have to know: your averaged indexed monthly earnings. Average indexed monthly earnings. Everything revolves around this. Everything. This tells us it won't. The FRA doesn't matter what AIME is, but if your PIA and delayed earnings credits, it all revolves around your AIME. Your FRA has nothing to do with anything, just how old you are. Literally, FRA is set in stone. It can't change. It'll never change. Your AIME, though, everything flows through this right here. Your AIME. So I want to take some time to talk about this because it's absolutely that important. All right. And so what the AIM, let's put this over here, orange. And so we got AIME. All right, so what the AIME does, let's do a different color. I thought I had a good red one in here, guys, but it doesn't look like I do, so let's see if pink works. There we go. That's not too bad. All right. So how Social Security gets your benefit is simple. They take your top 35 years of earnings. Your top 35 years of earnings, all right? And then they inflate them with an inflator. And the inflator is based on your year of birth, which is going to be your ELY, which is your first year of eligibility. That's not really that big of a deal, but that's just when you hit 62 years old, all right? So they're going to, I'm going to erase this for just a second. So your ELI is your year of eligibility, which is 62. So and I guess when I'll be 62 in 2032. So when I'll be 62. So my ELY, my first year of eligibility, is 2032. Yours might be different. So we'll just keep that there, but it's not a huge issue for what we're going to do here, but it's something for you to know. All right, so they take your top 35 years of indexed earnings. And your index of earnings is based on your ELY, the year you turn 62. All right. And what they do is they inflate them. And it's actually pretty simple how this works. And you made $12,000 in 1994. It's worth $36,000 or something like that today. But it's all based on your inflated numbers, which is your year of eligibility. So let's just say, for simplicity, you have 35 years of work and you made $50,000 a year, right? All right, so you have $50,000. Those have all been inflated. So that $50,000, say, was $24,000 in 1989 or whatever it is. I don't know. You just go on socialsecurity.gov. It'll tell you all that. So we take $50,000, we times that by 35, and that gives us $1.75 million. Is our total indexed earnings. Total 1.75 million is our total indexed earnings. But because it's 35 years, which is 12 months a year, we take and we got to get our monthly index earnings, our average index monthly earnings, of which is based on 35 years of earnings. All right, 35 times 12 is 420. We have 420 months. So we have to take 1.75 million and divide by 420. All right, so let's erase this again. Now, I'm telling you, man, this seems, once you start playing with these numbers, you'll see how easy this becomes. I'm telling you right now. You just got to play around with this. And this is why I do this so much on this video, on these videos about Social Security, because if you can get a gauge of how your Social Security works, you can get a gauge of whether you stay in your crap old job, keep working, do whatever you want to do. It's fantastic. So we got AIME. In this case, we got our we have 1.75 million. We're going to divide by 420. All right, so we take those and we divide that by 420, and we have our AIME of 4166. All right, so that's our average index monthly earnings, 4166. Can you read that? Maybe not so well. Let me get my, there we go. Your average index monthly earnings is 4166. All right. Now we got to do the bend points. Let's write this. Bend points. And what happens, the bend points changes every year. And so for this year, the bend points are, let's do a different color. Well, maybe this green will work better. I gotta get some better eraser. And so, ooh, it's black. Let's see if that guy works. So this year, the bend points, and we're gonna do 2019 bend points. The 0 to 926 is 0.9%, or 90%, or 0.9. Yeah, I guess it's just 0.9. All right, 926 to, I think it's 5583 equals 0.32, and above 5583 equals 0.15. So what we do in this regard is we take our 4166, subtract out 926, and that gives us 4166 minus 926, 3240. So we have, in this case, we got 926 times 0.9 is 833. Actually, let me get a different color there, actually. 0.833. So we got the first 926. I'll tell you what, it's 3240. All right, and we're gonna. All right, so let me make sure I'm explaining this right. So we take our AIME, our average index monthly earnings. We subtract the 926 from that amount because the first 926 is times by 90%. The second bend point in this case is 4166 minus 926, which gives 3240, and that's times 32%. And 3240 plus 9266 equals our AIME, our average index monthly earnings. So in this case, we have nothing in that bend point. These are 3 bend points. This just shows you the progressive nature of Social Security. The more income you make, the less you get back. And so again, I got to stress this enough. 4,166 are AIME. The first 926 is in the first bend point. The next amount up to 5583 is in the second bend point. And if we had anything above 5583, it'd be in the third bend point. But in this case, we don't. So what we do here is we say, okay, to get our PIA, we know this is going to be 833, and this will be 3240. Oops, 3240 times 0.32 is going to be 1,036. We add those together, 1869. Now, what does 1869 reflect? That is our PIA. 1869 is our primary insurance amount, which again is the amount you get at when? When do you get your PIA? at your full retirement age. That's correct. I hear you out there in YouTube land. So let's get rid of all this. So now we figured out our AIME and we figured out our PIA. All right. And that's based on making $50,000 a year indexed each and every year with inflation. 1869 is our PIA. And this little Josh, your old buddy Josh, and we're going to say for Josh, we know his full retirement age is 67. So what we do in this regard, we say 1869. Oh, that's not working real well. Get a drier one here. Ow. My arm is still hurting, everybody. Oosh. That's not good. All right, let's get a different color. Let's see what this one does. There's a line. It's going to be tough to see, I think. Oh, yeah, you can't see that. 1869. Here we go. All right, 1869 is my PIA. All right, so that means I get that each and every month when I hit 67 years old. For me, if I take it, that's at 67 because that's my full retirement age. All right, now if I take it at 70, I get 18.69 times 1.24% because I get those 3 years of delayed earnings credits. And so 1869 times 1.24 equals 2317, which is 2317. That black is not good either. 2317. So if I take it at 70, I get 2317. If I take it at full retirement age, I get 1869. If I take it at 62, I think it's reduced by 70% for a guy with a full retirement age at 67. So it's 18.1869 times 0.7, and that would give me times 0.7. Oops. 1308. All right, so now I'm taking it early, get 1308, take it late, I get 2317. I take it at 67, my full retirement age, I get my PIA, which is $1,869. All right, so stay tuned, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of samples of this. We're going to say, what if we took it early and invested it? What if we took it late and invested it? And what if we took it FRA? I am actually curious by that. I just want to run some numbers here and just say, hey, what if we invested at 3% or 7%, whatever, and just see. I don't think the next video will dive too deep on the tax scenarios of that. But it will be interesting to see what it shakes out to be, because I do think there is opportunity to take it early and invest it for sure. Not all the time, but certainly some of the capacity there is. So let's see, and we'll dive into that here in just a second. So stay tuned, subscribe, share. If you'd like to support the video, share. Support the video by commenting, or at least give me a thumbs up as a big support. So we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.